Financial freedom mindset. What's going on, people? Today, I'm talking about 5 mistakes that I made when I was younger with my finances. If I could go back into time, I would definitely avoid these mistakes due to the fact that time travel is not available to me or it's impossible. I'm making this video so my children and the next generation can avoid these mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. If you learn from these 5 mistakes I'm going to give you, you would definitely be on your path to financial freedom a lot faster than it would take the average person, because you can do it while you are younger. So it's 3 types of people in the world. I always tell my son, there are wise people that learn from other people's mistakes. There are smart people that learn from their own mistakes. And there are not so smart people that just never learn. They keep making the same mistake over and over, and they keep getting the same results. So you be the wise person. So anyway, people, that's what we're doing today. 5 mistakes that I had made when I was younger when it came to my finances. Number 1, I didn't learn about finances when I was younger, and that to me was a major mistake. I was taught when I was younger just to get a job, earn my money, and pay my bills, spend my money. I was never taught on what to do with my money after I earned it. So when I got older and I started to seek the knowledge from people that were already financially secure, I started to read books, and I ran across, I said, you know what are they doing with their money after they earn it? Because some people in the world are not living like this, and I don't want to live like this forever. This is when I got older and I started to realize that, man, living paycheck to paycheck is scary. Anytime you get fired, anytime you get fired, and if you're not ready, you can literally be homeless. 1 paycheck away from being homeless or moving back in with your parents. And I didn't want that. So I started to do research. And when I started to do research, I said, okay, what are these people doing? They're investing a lot of money in their 401k for the future. They're investing a lot of money in their Roth IRAs. These people are investing in businesses. They're investing in stocks. How do you sell stocks? How do you buy stocks? What are stock options? This is what people who are financially secure, this is what they're doing with their money. So if I was younger and I had all that extra money, instead of spending it on things that depreciate in value as soon as I bought it, I could have still enjoyed myself, but at the same time, I could have been handling business just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. It's better than doing nothing. Then I started to understand, okay, what are they doing with their, I learned how important the credit score was. I did not learn until I got way older. Credit is very important. There's good debt and there's bad debt. A lot of people, majority of people, have bad debt. I didn't know what the difference was because I had just majority of bad debt. I wasn't educating myself. I wasn't investing in myself. I wasn't doing no training program. I wasn't going to college. I was just getting my money. And after I spent all my money, I was going more into debt. So that's one mistake that I definitely regretted, not learning about finances when I was younger. So please try to avoid this for the next generation, and also try to avoid this for your kids. Nobody else is going to talk to them about finances. It's on the parents, it's on the older people to let them learn from our mistakes. They do not have to learn the hard way. That's number 1 on my list. Number 2, I was just spending money. Every time I earned money, I was just spending it. After I paid my bills, I just spent it. It was burning a hole in my pocket. And then after I spent it, I went and I got my credit card. And then I spent some more money. So if I wanted that nice car, I got that nice car. If I wanted those nice rims, I got those nice rims. If I wanted to put TVs in my car, I put TVs in my car. And people might be like, TVs in your car? Yes. At one point, I had about 10 TVs in my car. This is no lie. Anyone who personally knows me, they know that I had 10 TVs in my car. I spent a lot of money in my car. If I wanted those clothes, I got those clothes. If I wanted those jewelry, I got those jewelry. By any means necessary, as in going in more debt and as in spending all of my money as I earned it. I don't think it was ever a time from 18 to 23 that I ever had $1,000 sitting in my account for more than 2 weeks. More than $1,000. And all I was doing was paying my mom rent. And I had a full-time job. So I had plenty of money to save and to have fun, but I just chose to spend everything. So as I got older, when I became more responsible with my finances, I will never forget, I was 23 years old. And this is after I bought my house. And I was looking around, I'm like, I think I was looking at my W-2s because I was working hard for those 5 years from 18 to 23. And I was like, where's all this money? I looked around and like, man, I really spent all my money. And I vowed to myself, I will never let it happen again. I had plenty of money left over, and there was plenty of money to have fun and plenty of money to save or invest, or like I was telling you earlier, buy stocks. That's long term. Invest in myself. I did neither. And all the money was just gone when I needed it. And I couldn't blame nobody, and I don't blame nobody but myself. But like I said, I promised that I will never allow that to happen to me again. So that's my number 2 mistake that I made when I was younger when it came to. Number 3, I was in debt. Not just any debt. I was in bad debt. There's a difference. Good debt, bad debt. Any debt is not good. But there is a difference. Bad debt is buying things that depreciate in value as soon as you buy it. That's majority of debt that people are in. Bad debt from materialistic things. Good debt is something that it benefits you and it could bring back money to you. So an example, if you're going to get a college education or you're going to get some type of training to better your future, this is what you call good debt. If you're taking out money to invest in a business, this is what you call good debt. For an example, if you're taking out a loan and you're getting a property and you're going to rent out the property and your tenant, they're going to be paying you. So that money, that loan that you took out is making money for you because that tenant has to pay you. So for example, let's say your monthly payment is $800 to your mortgage and you're charging your tenant $1,000. You're getting an extra $200 in your pocket every month from taking out that loan. And after your term is up, after you finish paying the bank all their money, which is usually 30 years, depending how long you're going to take to pay them, that property is now yours. That is what we call good debt. You can use your credit for leverage. This is good debt. Bad debt is taking out $50,000, $60,000 loan and buying a brand new luxurious car, and as soon as you drive it off the lot, it depreciates by 30%. And this is what we call bad debt. It looks good, but you're losing money. It's just a liability. So now instead of making some money from your debt, you're losing money. So I didn't understand the difference. And like I said, I was $30,000 in debt when I was 21 years old. I can't blame the credit cards. You might be like, wow, why would they give a 21-year-old all that leverage? It's not their fault. They're a business. They're not my friend. They're not here to teach me about having good credit. They're here to take advantage of my bad credit and charge me every interest possible because they're a business and that's what they do. That's what they do. It was my job. Like I said, number one, I should have learned about finances. Quick story. I went to the bank and I got a cash advance. I would never forget this. And I didn't know what a cash advance is. All I know is I could walk in the bank and I could take money off my credit card. And they charged me 29.99 in interest. So for example, if I borrowed $5,000 off my credit card, that's about 30% in interest. And if I paid the minimum balance that they want me to pay, I would have been paying them for so long and so much money off of the interest. It's only till I started to seek the knowledge and I seen the mistake that I did that I said, oh no, I would not let this happen. I'm not paying minimum balance. I'm going to attack them. And I vowed to never let that happen. The only way I'm taking out some kind of debt, it has to be bringing me back some kind of money. It didn't, as I got older, it didn't make sense. So this was a mistake that I made when I was young. And if I could go back in time, this would never happen. So this is number 3, good debt versus bad debt. I didn't know, but now I know. I will only take out good debt. It has to be necessary. Number 4, I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. What does that mean? I was trying to keep up with people. I was trying to impress people. I was trying to look like something I wasn't. Looking like I had a lot of money, but I really didn't have a lot of money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. This is how I ended up in debt. Why did I get another car when I already had a car? Why did I put rims? Why did I put so much TV? Why did I buy more jewelry? Why did I buy more clothes? Why did I buy more shoes? I was trying to impress people, trying to keep up with people. And the result from me trying to keep up with people was I was literally broke. I was literally living paycheck to paycheck. If I lost my job, I could have been in financial ruins, could have messed up my credit. It was already bad, but I was paying the minimum balance. But all it took was one mistake, and I literally could have been in financial ruins, could have ruined my credit for a long time. Why? Because I was irresponsible and trying to keep up with people. And at the end of the day, it didn't benefit me in the long run. Like I said, when I fast forward and I was in the house and I was looking around, I was like, where did all that money go? I worked hard and I had nothing to show for it. And I looked in the closet and I said, oh, there it go. At the time, it was Ed Hardy jeans. I'm paying $230, $250 for some jeans that I don't even wear a lot. And after I bought it, it was worthless. Wore it a couple of times, and after that, just sat in the closet. Till eventually, I just probably end up giving them away. $230 per jeans. Is something wrong with that? No, but at the time, I couldn't afford it. And I wasn't making a lot of money. But I didn't study finances. All I did was earn my money, and I spent my money. It was burning a hole in my pocket. I had to spend it. But all of that because I was trying to keep up with people or try to impress people. Yes, people were happy when they saw me with those kind of things and like, oh man, yeah, Troy, you have money. But I really didn't have money. So lesson learned, when I fast forward and I started to do it, after I did the research from, like I said, in number 1, I started to see that people who had money didn't do stuff like this. And if they did do stuff like this, they had assets that helped them pay for this stuff. Like I used for the example with the rent. If you're charging somebody rent and you got an extra $200, go ahead and treat yourself. You're using somebody else's money to pay for your lifestyle. Go ahead and do it. But at that time, I shouldn't have been doing it. Like I said, if you handle your business first, then you should treat yourself and reward yourself. I was just rewarding myself. Why? Just because it was a weekend. But I was young and I didn't think about my future. So trying to keep up with people and trying to impress people, trying to buy stuff, and then now it's even more hard because you buy stuff and you put it on Facebook, you put it on Instagram, you want to get likes, you want to that person say, man, that person is doing good because they got this kind of bag, or that person doing good because they got this kind of car. And the whole time, in reality, we don't really have anything tangible. You don't have any property, you don't have any land, you don't have any businesses, you don't have anything that appreciate and value. I have kids, so when I leave, I want my kids to have a better head start. So I just tried my best to put a lot of my money and my time into assets so my kids can have a better future than I had. Every generation is supposed to be getting better than the last generation financially. But if you're trying to keep up with other people who their mindset is not about getting better, they're getting older, but their mindset is still the same. They're still trying to impress other people. They're not growing up. But anyway, that was my number 4 mistake, as in trying to keep up with the Joneses. Number 5, the mistake that I made when I was younger, I picked a job over a career. You might say, what's the difference between a job and a career? A career is something that you can go almost anywhere and get hired. I have a friend that he does sales. So if he wants to move anywhere, he can get another job doing sales. I had another friend that went to college. They went to college for a specific thing. They can go almost anywhere and get a job for that specific thing. Me, on the other hand, I was 18 and I was working in the warehouse, and I stayed there for about 10 years. Not in the warehouse, slowly and surely I started to get promoted, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't anything that I can go, but most likely it'll be some kind of physical work, put it like that. It'll be some kind of physical work. And as you know, when I was younger, you're invincible. Physical work doesn't bother you. But as you get older, your body starts to change. And if you only have a physical background, you only could get jobs that are physical. People want you for physical. And then they probably don't even want you, because as you get older, your body starts to change and you become a liability. If you hurt your back, you hurt your knee on the job. So they're like, he's a little older guy. Let me go with this 20-year-old guy, this 22-year-old guy, somebody who's young and fresh and they're energetic and their body doesn't hurt as much as mine as I'm getting older. So that's something that I really regret. So always try when you're younger to get a career, something where you're using your mind. Go to college or get trained for something specific. So as you become 50, you can still work from home on certain things. If you was to get physically hurt, you can work from home. It's like the COVID. I have to be at my job because I have to be there physically. Other people that I know, they can work from home because mentally they just have to be there. They're doing sales, or they're a manager, or they're making calls or something like that, or they're a teacher. They're working online. These are jobs that these are careers, not jobs. These are careers that you want to keep. These benefit you at the end of the day by using your mind, not just you getting a job and then you have to find another job, and careers pay more than jobs usually. So anyway, if I can go back for my number 5, I feel like that was definitely a mistake that I made, picking a job over a career. So those are my 5 mistakes that I think I made with finances when I was younger. I only share this video to tell people, please share this with your kids. Motivate and teach your kids about finances. Do not let them learn the hard way. Learning the hard way takes a lot, especially when it comes to finance. It takes a lot to get out of that hole. Being in debt, having bad credit, not saving money. It takes a lot to get out of that hole. Again, you're not stopping them from having fun. I'm not stopping my kids from having fun, but I do want them to know that have fun, but handle business first. Think about your future. Don't just live for today, live for your future. And at that time, I was living just for the day, instant gratification, not thinking long term. Stocks are long term. IRAs are long term. Investment property are long term. A business is long term. You don't just get money back immediately. So teach your kids not to make those mistakes. Do me a favor, share the video, like the video, dislike the video, leave a comment. Let me know what mistakes you made when you were younger about your finances that you would like to change. Or maybe you heard the mistakes I made and you might be like, well, that's not necessarily a financial mistakes. Hey, I'm not perfect. I'm here to learn. We all here to learn. And that's the great thing about YouTube. We can learn from each other. So anyway, people, financial freedom mindset. If you don't have your copy, please pick it up on Amazon. That's also a great read. Like I said, I didn't learn about finances for number one. Pick the book up. It's for your kids. Buy them the book. Read it with them. Have them read it to you out loud. I make my son read it to me out loud. He asks a lot of questions, and I love when he asks questions, and I want him to be prepared for the future. If you don't teach them about finances, somebody else will. And majority of people that taught me about finances was television and businesses that was ready to take my money. So anyway, people, have a good one. Financial freedom mindset.